Welcome back to Vidhammer and another Gloomhaven playthrough. This time we are taking Mondew on his first step through his retirement goal. He's been messing around in the lingering swamp far enough that he's starting to see things. He's seen a lighthouse that faded out of existence while he was looking at it. We explored around and found the lighthouse is, in fact, blinking in and out of reality, so we're going to go in and check it out and see what's going on. It must have some clues as to, I don't know, something that's going on in the lingering swamp that's got Mondew all perturbed. The last three missions we did, the last one was in casual mode. The two before that were the Berserker solo one that I did, which was on a different campaign entirely. And then I did Mondew's solo scenario before that. So we didn't do any road or city encounters for any of those, and I'd already done a road encounter anticipating leaving like way back when. So there's no road encounter going out into this one. I'd like to give another try at Mondew's solo scenario at some point, so maybe we'll do that one next, but we'll have a road and city encounter before that. So I've kind of looked at this one, and I'm looking at things, how it's kind of blinking back and forth from one reality to another, meaning it's going to take a while for us to try to kill things down. But the goal is not to kill everything. The goal is to loot for specific things. I guess we're like finding clues as we go through this thing. You can't loot them with normal end-of-turn looting. You have to use cards for looting. So I have changed up the cards for each of them a little bit to give them the good loot cards that they have in there. And my general strategy is I think I'm just going to try to barrel through this and just kind of take the damage and the hits. I mean, they both have 18 health. They're level 5. They've got, armor, and Sunny D's got shield stuff as well and the ability to get all that stuff back. And they've got some cards to burn and stuff. So I'm thinking we're just going to try to make this really quick, run in there, try to bypass as much stuff as we can. Because the Vipers have some turns, Vipers, and the Frost demons, whatever the hell they are, they don't particularly move that fast. I mean, the Flame demons do, so yeah, we'll take some hits, and the oozes hit you at range. But they don't move very fast, so we can kind of, after the first couple of turns, they probably won't be able to hit us. So we're going to move real quick and try to get through this thing. For short-term goals, Sunny D has got the one to have 5 or more cards left at the end of your hand. Okay, I mean, she starts with 11, so even losing some cards, probably get to the end and still manage to have that one done. And our Brute has got the one for revealing a room tile by opening a door, which should be pretty good. I'm planning this first turn to try to get him to shoot up into the next room. If it works out, we'll see how it goes. At least I've looked at my cards. That's what I'm going to try to do, and we'll see what the monsters draw. When we go, each odd turn, the oozes and the vipers will go. And the others, the frost and flame demons, are unaffected by anything. You can't target them. They don't act. They don't do anything. And anyone can move through the space that they're in. You just can't end your turn there. So it's kind of nice because it means you've got a clear avenue of running through where those enemies are. Then on the even numbered turns, it becomes the exact opposite of that. The vipers and the oozes become invisible now or phased out of existence. The flame demons and the frost demons will now activate, and you can target them and do stuff, but you will be able to move through where the giant vipers and the oozes are. So it's looking like that no matter what happens, you're always going to have probably a clear path that you can travel. So yeah, we're gonna fire our way through this and see exactly what we can do. We will draw for what the monsters are going to do on the first turn, and we will see exactly how this goes at the beginning. Here we go. Woocha! So first turn looking pretty good since Giant Vipers decided to go first way early and shield and then attack -1. They don't have ranged attacks though, so they just sit there. Yeah, they're shielded, but they attacked nothing. Thank you, guys. That's greatly appreciated. The oozes are going later. They are going to poison, but whatever. Okay, we'll take some poison because we've got some ideas on what we want to do right now. Starting with Sunny D, who she's got some movement planned herself. But first, let's work on getting Mondew's short-term goal and get this thing started off right. Have an ally within range 3, move 4. 1, 2, 3. We can move over this space since he is phased out, and 4 to there. Then she will do a move of 5, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could put her right there or there. Either way, doesn't really matter, I don't think. Sure, let's go ahead and stand there in case this guy next turn he might do an attack where he stays still, because these guys are going to be phased out and that guy will be phased in. But that's all for her turn. Just a couple of movement stuff, which will go us right into Mondew, who now is going to do a move of 4. 1, 2, 3, and we will have 1 movement left as we go ahead and reveal our first other room. So pretty clear what path they really want us to take, but we need to pick this up. We have 1 more move left, so we'll simply move on to that coin and do loot 1 with some grab and go, and we will get the first treasure tile looted, and that's the first step in our campaign objectives and all that good stuff. And yeah, we need to go over here next and go up into this room for some more good stuff. We unfortunately don't get any experience for that. We didn't even go in a straight line. There's nothing for us to attack anyway. But that is all for us for this first turn, and we have to end things out with Mr. Oozlove. So, yeah, they're going to target 2 people, so this guy can actually target them both. This guy only has a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite enough to get there. So, yeah, regular attack, which is just going to be an attack of 3 for that guy, and 4 for the dude who's going to attack both of us. Oh, well, we got to deal with it. So, Elite first, attacking the first one, which would be Sunny D, attack for 4, plus 0, that's just 4. Her chainmail will hit for 3. And we'll go ahead and do Tower Shield and Heater Shield to make it no damage. But she is poisoned at that point, and she will be poisoned when she takes the second shot from this guy. Oh well. Then shot here, attack of 4, plus 1, that's 5. He will take a 1 plink from his chainmail, which takes it back down to 4, but then he's going to take that 4 damage, which will actually just put him down to 14. And, yeah, he will be poisoned as well. Everybody has a little bit of poison. Then our dude boy down here shooting for 3 over at Sunny D. -1 is 2, but she's poisoned, which puts it back up to 3. 1 for the chainmail takes it to 2, and she will take that 2 and go down to 16. Okay, I mean, it could be worse for a first turn, but that's the end of the first round, which means now we're going over to Flame Demons and Frost Demons. Going to do their stuff in the next round, but yeah, we'll try to go quick and just get her out of there. Yeah, we need to heal some stuff, but they got some healing cards. This is okay. We can do this. Let's go. Okay, probably could have been a little better, or probably a little worse. But we're going first. Both of us are going first. Frost Demon's going 58 and Flame Demon's 77. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and throw a heal 1, affecting self and all allies within range 4, which will be both of them, which will just get rid of the poison on both sides. That'll be nice since I anticipate some attacks coming our way. Then we'll do a move 3 with shield 1. Now these are difficult terrain, the stairs going up, so it costs more to get up there. So it's 2 movement points to go into the space for each of those. So 1, 2... and 3 would not get me on to that space. If we use our boots, that would get us there. But we still got 1, 2, 3. She's going to have to step in the trap to try to get through stuff anyway. But we need to get up there and just get through as much stuff as we can. And she doesn't have any jump cards, so she's just going to have to hut as much as possible. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and use that to be able to use her boots. So she'll move 4, or move 5 actually, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and she can't step there because she would need 6 to get there. But she does have shield 1, and I don't think there's too much coming her way. Like basically really 1 attack. That's not that bad. And she's got shield 1, so we'll leave it right there. She does have that shield, though. And that will bring us over to Mr. Mondew. And Mondew needs to get up, and we're going to try to get through that next door. So we're going to do a move of 4 with a jump. So since it's a jump, it's not silly terrain anymore. We just go 1, 2, 3, 4 right onto that door. We will open that. Actually, that door is actually open. Yep, and this door is now open. We'll reveal the next section. We don't have any move yet, any move left, but we do have move on the top of that card. So let's reveal. That's all for that action. We do bring some wind out at the end of this for next turn. But then we have a move 2 and attack of 2. So I guess we will move 2 to there and whip out a shot on this guy. First attack of the game for us. Can't make it up. First attack card we draw for the good guys. It's pretty easy where this match is going. Right to the Duke farm. That's it for us. And yeah, we'll shuffle him up for next round so we can get that one right on top again. Then it is Mr. Frosty the Demon who's got to do his stuff. Let's see. Move -1 means they're going to... Well, who are we starting with? Let's start with... We have 1 elite and 1 non-elite, and that's it. So non-elite on a move of... Or the elite, excuse me, on a move of 3. 1, 2, 3 puts him there, and his attack does not have range, so you can't do anything else. Any element that is out gets turned to ice. Okay, fine, take away that, but it'll be for a good cause later. The one up top is already adjacent, so he doesn't need to move, but he'll do his attack. He's a regular, so he's going to attack of 3 with Pierce 3, so his armor, even though it's going to plink one time, it's not going to do anything. It's an attack of 3 plus 2, that's 5. Even though that happens, it doesn't stop anything. So he takes 5 damage, goes down to 9. That was kind of rough. Kind of rough for right then, but that's okay. That's all for them. Let's manage our flame demons. Again, we got 2. 1 down here, 1 up here. They're both non-elites, but that's 1, that's 2. Ooh, we have got no movement. Target all adjacent enemies. There are no adjacent enemies to either one. That's out. Your buddies did that to you, so yeah, they will both suffer 1 damage for that. Suffer in the service and be done with it. End of the second round. We need to loot that one for next turn. Ooh, I should have had him use his minor stamina potion. So next turn, these guys are going to be invisible, but the dudes are going to go... Oh, where's our doorway out up here? I don't even know where our exit is. There's the way out. Right down. Anyway, that's where we're headed. So yeah, you could use that, but that's fine. The next turn, these guys will attack. We'll move there, maybe. And the turn after, with those guys in the way, we can grab and go at the start and then run that way. So I got to remember, use my stamina potion on this upcoming turn. Ooh, she had a shield of 1. She didn't take any damage, so it doesn't matter. Okay, thank goodness she had a shield of 1. All right, next turn. Ignore that. Next turn, I forgot. These guys have retaliate. So when he attacked, even though he did not do any damage with the, fail card, miss card, it's still an attack. He just doesn't do any damage. Unfortunately, no. Retaliate works when you take damage. If you take damage, you do retaliate damage back. So even though Frost Demon has retaliate, he didn't take any damage. So, screw it. You don't get your retaliate because I didn't actually hit you. So fine, there. I think that's how it's played. I look forward to your comments that tell me that I'm wrong. That's a lie. I don't really look forward to those comments. I just acknowledge them and try to move on. But what matters is Oozes at 57 and Giant Vipers at 58, which means we're both going first. Starting with Mr. Mandu, who wants to do a little bit of stuff. We do need to move forward into that space, but we also really need to heal the crud out of ourselves. before things get worse, because he's down. He's like at 9 health. Okay, and it's gonna get worse because we need to do this first. Attack 2, move 2, attack 2, which means our first attack 2 is gonna have to be at Mr. Frosty, which I don't even know if I really want to actually attack the guy. But I mean, we wanna do stuff. Who knows? Stuff might happen. Anyway, we're attacking him for 2, just for fun. Okay, we'll hit him for 2, and then we'll take 2 and retaliate damage. That might not have been the best idea, but hey, we did it. We don't really care. He's loose and fast. That's how he rolls. Then he's gonna move 2. He's gonna move up here 1, 2, and then we're gonna take another shot. This shot we're gonna shoot at the Viper. I don't think it's really gonna matter anyway. But we're gonna do it because we wanna. Okay, that's attack 3 on the Viper then. So at least we're stretching out a little bit of damage, doing a little bit of something. We don't want to get an experience from. We're going to do a heal of 3 on ourself. Bring us from 7 back up to 10. We do want to use a couple of potions here. That's also going to bring out some green for the end of this. But let's use. I'm thinking we use them both. Use the minor healing and the minor stamina potion. Let's get 3 heal to ourself. We need health, and we're not going to be slowing down. We're just going straight through. And we want the stamina potion to regain our grab and go so we can get that thing and fly out of here. Which, speaking of flying out of here, let's just go ahead and use... or I could retake my health card, because, yeah, the Vipers are going to attack me, but we'll be able to, like, move through the spaces they're in as soon as they phase out of existence. So we don't really need the jump card, but the heal card is on the bottom anyway. Let's just take the jump card and be good with that. We'll get both of those cards back. Looking forward to using those, probably both, in the very next round. But those guys are out, used up. We don't get them back. We did reveal a room tile with him on the very first turn, so we got that one at least. Next up is the Sunny to the D. She's going to move 4. I'm going to have to go into the trap. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 to get her on the door. The trap is 6 damage, and you just suffer it. It's not an attack, so chainmail does not activate. She will take 6 damage and drop down to 10. Not really the best of, but she does move 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets her to the doorway. That is out of the picture for now. That's her move, and we'll go ahead and shield ourselves for 1 for the rest of the turn and get the first experience of this scenario. Hey, at least somebody's on the board, and she's got a shield for the rest of this turn, which is going to come in handy right about now. Let's have some oozes and some giant vipers do some stuff. Starting with the oozers at 57. We've got an elite ooze down here. He's got to do his stuff. A move of 0 is going to give him on eliteness. That's a move of 4. No, that's an attack of 4. He has a move of 2. So we shall go 1 to 2, and that does put him within range because he's got range 4. So he's got his attack. Naturally has poison for the elite anyway. It's an attack of 4 with poison. No pluses on it. That will take it down to 3. This will take it down to 2. So she'll take 2 damage and a poison. He went faster. For the guy up top, since Mondew went faster and he does have a range of 3 to hit Mondew, he's just going to take his shot. That's an attack of 3. No poison on that one, but it is plus 1 more, so that's 4. That will take it down to 3, and he will drop to 10. But no poison added to him. That's all for the oozes, and we jump to Giant Viperland. We're going to start off with a jump. Let's do our elites first. We got one down here and one up there. They're going to be jumping 4. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get him as close as possible. That guy, of course, is already within range. So we'll do an attack of -1. Oh! Attacks targeting giant vipers have disadvantage this round, which means Mandu would have done either a +1 to that guy or a 0. So he just does 2 damage. That guy takes 1 less. All right, fine. I'm going to play it out right. That guy doing his attack against Mondew, which is an attack of 3. -1 is an attack of 2 for the dude on the Mondew. 2 - 1 is only 1. His chainmail is used up, though, So he will simply take that damage, drop to 9 for the first. Doot, doot. That's all for the elites. Then we have the non-elites, starting with 1 down here on a move of 4. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get all the way up there. Next up is number 3. He will just do his chop shot, which is an attack of 2. Mandew's not poisoned. -2, that's 0. You get nothing. The last one is, since they have a jump, he can jump over to here in empty space. He will jump there and do his attack, again, attack of 2, -1. There's only 1. All right. No poison, so he will drop to 8 as well. Yeah, I'm realizing now I really should have had her use her moon earring and gain all of her stuff back, but oh well, that's what I get for going forward and trying to do things quickly. Speaking of which, we're going to the next turn. Yet another round where we're going to go first. She got shot in the back from this guy, and that's how she got poisoned. Okay, she is poisoned now, but she hasn't been shot since she's been poisoned because that guy shot him. Yeah, we're good there. Anyway, even though I wasn't really particularly going fast, I was just kind of saying, hell with it. We're going to try to book it up there. So we're using the longer move cards, which weren't particularly fast. We're still going first. Frost Demons are going 58 and Flame Demons 67. So yeah, here we go doing our stuff. First we're going to do some heal, which I think she doesn't have a healing potion, so she just kind of got to do some stuff. And I want to use my things anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and use the heal on her. It gets rid of the poison. That's a good thing to get rid of. And it'll bring some sun out for next round. And we're going to do a move of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are going to use that moon earring to regain all of her happy used items. Ching. Get all that stuff back, which will be nice to have. I guess we could have used the boots and had her move an extra 2 right here, but I'm not really going to worry too much about that right now. We'll use the boots on the next turn. And do we want to use the stamina potion? I mean, we've got a few. We got 3 cards left. If we need to, we'll use it next round. I know I've got, actually, what cards do I have left? Yeah, let's go ahead and use that minor stamina potion and regain a couple of cards. A couple of cards that have move on it. Something with move and something with heal. But not that card, because that was actually a burn card. When I did that, move 3 and bless, affect all allies move through. We didn't move through him, but we still gain an experience for that. So she is up to 2. Can't get back that card because that sucker is gone. Then Mondew. Let's do some moving. First, we're going to start with the loot of 1 and grab that one. Watong. That's 2 objectives completed. Then we'll do some move 4 with a jump. We don't have, yes, we do have our boots. He hasn't used his boots yet, but we're going to move 4, 1, 2, 3, and another as, yeah, this becomes something crazy here. Yeah, anyway, yeah, we'll get back with you. After all said and done, and I dropped this part of the board on the ground, I think I kind of remember where things are, but I don't think things will be able to get up close enough to do stuff. I also don't know if I counted this guy's movement as 2 when he moved onto the stairs. But oh well, we're going to leave him there. He's still got 1 flying movement left, which puts him there. And I'm going to go ahead and have him use his boots to make his flying move a move of 6, which can put him there. He'll pick up the coin at the end of the turn. And I think he'll be taking a short rest and trying to grab maybe... Actually, he probably just can take a long rest at this point. So he can choose what card he loses. So he can keep that card, loot card, and keep his fly card and just fly into the next room, because you only have to loot 1 more treasure and then he's done. But that is it for his turn. And we already did Sunny D, which means we got to do our Frost Demon and our Flame Demon, starting with Frosty. Frosty the Demon, who is 58. Elite Frost Demon is way back here in this room. And they only have a move of -1 for the Elite. That means a move of 3 from where he was. 1, 2, 3 would put him there. You can't end that space there, and there's a giant viper, elite giant viper right there. But he could move here, so he could step forward 1 there and step forward 1 there. So he will end up in that space. At least I believe that is where things were at the time. Yeah, and he's got a range of 2. He can't shoot anything. This guy will do a movement of 2. So he could get there. That's the closest to Sunny D. And he does have a range of 2. It's just an attack of 0, attack +0 though. So he does have an attack of 4. It is kind of on the nasty side. She's got her stuff back. And she's not poisoned anymore. So attack of 4 -1, that's 3. Chainmail will go down to take it 2, and we'll tower shield to make that 0. Alright, that's okay. We'll take that hit. Flame Demons now also doing their stuff. We don't have an elite Flame Demon on the board yet. And technically number 1 is down here. With a move of -1 for them as well, but they are flying, so they will go over fun stuff. Non-elite. Movement of 4. 1 puts him here. 2, 3, 4. Since he's flying, he can fly all the way up there. And do his attack at a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not good enough to do anything. The other guy is right here. He will actually try to get back 1. And yeah, he can move back here. Doot. And do his attack from that spot. Attack +1. His range is fine already anyway. So he's got an attack of 3. +1, that's an attack of 4. Nothing else on that. Chainmail to take it to 3. Heater Shield to take it to 2. And she'll take 2. And fire comes out. End of this round. Mondu's going to take a long rest. And Sunny D is not going to take a long rest. These guys will come down. We'll go into the next turn. And she'll just try to get up the stairs. Take as little damage as possible. All right. This turn might hurt a little bit. Sunny's not going until 56. She's actually going last, well, other than Mandu, who's short resting. And Giant Vipers are kind of going to screw with us a little bit here. Screw with her in particular. Okay, so we are starting first with a move of -1. Our first is our elite, who is here in the doorway. In the doorway down here. So on his move of -1, he's got a move of 2. 1, 2. Since this is stairs, but this isn't, so he can move 1, 2 to get there. And do an attack with the mobilize and another attack, which doesn't matter. But this guy, on the other hand, he will move 1, which we can put him right there. He will do an attack, which has a mobilize. It's attack -1. He's elite. That's 3. It's an attack at 2. +1 brings it back to 3. And it has poison since he's elite. Anyway, it's attack of 3. 1 for the chainmail takes it down to 2. So she will drop to 4 health and be poisoned. And unfortunately be immobilized as well. And then another attack incoming right now from the same source. An attack of 2. Times 2, she does have the Iron Helm, so that counts as a +0, at least, but that's still 2 damage and poison, so that's 3. She'll take 3 and drop to 1, and now she's going to have to start discarding cards. But that's both the attacks for the elites, and now the non-elites, starting with non-elite 1 down here, which for his move is a move of 2, which puts him in the doorway. And no attacks. And then both of these guys got to go at a move of 2, which means this one can move up and get his attacks off. This one will just move and not be able to get the attacks. But 2 attacks coming from here. Attack of 2, -1. So they're just an attack of 1 and an attack of 1, but she has poison. So it's attacks of 2. Well, that's a miss. That's good. So that's no damage. Doesn't have to worry about anything. But then the next one being a attack of 2 plus 0 is 2, so she has to discard a card at that point. So we will throw out a card. We'll just chuck this one from her hand. She's still got a couple of cards left in hand, but okay, that wasn't so bad having to discard just one card to get herself to there. The downside is, even though they have gone, oozes now have to go, and this is going to hurt a little bit more. Elite Ooze has a move of 3. 1, 2, 3 would put him there. He can move to that spot, but he can't hook shot through the doorway. He doesn't have range anyway. We have Ooze number 1, who's down here off the board. Also has a move of 3. 1, 2, 3 would get him on to here, but he can't do it, so he's still on the other board. And then we've got our other non-elite dude, our single non-elite dude. Since he's got a ranged attack, he's not going to move. He's going to stay right there. He's going to do his attack, which is attack of 3. Minus 1 is 2. Plus 0 is still 2 damage. She's got to discard a card, and she doesn't really need to do the loot. So we will have her chuck the loot card, actually, since we're going to leave that final 2 loots. He's got to loot that, and he's got to go up there and loot that as well. He doesn't have a thing, so he's going to have to loot, short rest, loot. We can do that. Can't we? Yeah, we can do that. We don't even need to have a reason. Movie. Ooze's done. Viper's done. Sunny D's turn. Well, she can heal herself for 3, which unfortunately just gets rid of the poison, and that's all. And she's immobilized, so the bottom of this one, there's no move that can come from that. So that is all her cards going over there, and she, having 1 card left, she's going to short rest for her next turn. Yeah, she's going to short rest going into the next turn, which means we should draw a card to get rid of right now. We should keep her heal card, and that's pretty much the only thing that we really need to make sure we keep hold of. For her, we just want to stay alive. We don't want to lose too many cards. I mean, we have to discard a few more, but we need to have at least 5 cards left at the end of the round, and we're discarding a move card. Don't care. All right, move card, perfectly fine with that. So she has done her short rest, even though her chainmail is done and all of her other stuff is done. She did go through her turn of being immobilized because she went after she got immobilized. So if she can go fast enough, hopefully we can get her out of there before things get too horrible. Means Mondew then finishes his long rest. We get to choose which card we're going to lose. Well, we're not going to lose the loot card. We're not going to lose the jump card. What else do we really need in all of this stuff? Not really that much, really. We need the loot. And yeah, we'll probably take another short rest immediately. I mean, we'll take a turn, loot that thing, and then short rest. And yeah, if we draw the loot card back, we'll just not do that. So I'll keep the fast initiative cards. I'll get rid of that one. That's no big sweat off of Mondew's balls. He's got his stuff back. He is going to heal for 2 and regain his stuff back, his boots and his chainmail. There we go. Long rest complete, turn complete. Let's go into the next round. She has already short rested, so we're ready to go. Okay, not even realizing it until after I did it, but the Vipers aren't going this turn. The Vipers and the Oozes. I'm trying to go really fast with her to try to run away. It's the Flame Demons and the Frost Demons that are going to do their stuff, which usually don't tend to be that fast. Of course, when I said that, I drew initiative 8 for the Flame Demon, but happily he's not going to attack. He's going to move up close. He's got a move of 3 for each. Yep. Which, yeah, we've already been over this. We don't have an elite one on the table. We have this guy. Move of 3 puts him there. Toot, toot, toot. And then he puts a trap, a 4 damage trap, which I'll just use as a 4 damage. Closest to an enemy that's adjacent, that would be there. Then this guy does the same thing. If he moves into that space, which he would do, yeah, and he can't drop a trap out. So that's that. But since he has an actual regular attack that's ranged, I think he would probably stay back here and drop the trap there. But he's not attacking this turn, so I think he would try to get as close as he could. I guess that's what I'm going to go with. He'll try to get as close as he can. Of course, that means he can't drop his trap. No dropping trow in the dungeon. It's all for flame demons. Anything that's out, those 2 were waning, so they should be consumed at this point. So no element out, no money, no laundry. Which leaves us to Sunny D, who is going to heal herself for 3. Now that the poison is gone, she can actually heal back to 4 and maybe take 1 hit worth of damage. That will bring us out some of that. And we'll do a move of 3, so she can go 1, 2, 3. She's got her boots, so we'll go 4, 5 all the way up to there and shield herself for 1 now that all of the enemies... Nope, frost demons are still yet to go. That's okay. No experience on that, so that's all for her. And then is going to be Mr. Mondew, so we will start with some looty loot. Loot 1, pick that one up. And I think we should have enough to hopefully get where we need to go. Move of 4, plus we'll use his boots if we need to. If we need to, we'll have move of 6 and we'll bring out some wind at the end of the turn. But we will find out what is in the final area up here as he goes forth. You reach the top of the lighthouse with a stack of old journals under your arm. Scanning the floor, you see one more book lying precariously close to a flame demon. You also notice, however, the light source in the center of the room, slowly rotating and pulsing with an odd energy. You study it for a second, realizing that it seems to be rotating at the same frequency that the building is oscillating between planes. Perhaps if you could stop the rotation, you could ground the lighthouse in your own plane. So this is where we're going. We had already moved 2. And yes, we will use our boots of striding so that we can fly. Yeah, we are jumping. Jump 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will put us on the treasure. And, yeah, I think he'll be taking a short rest to, and just regain our little leap, our loot card for next round, and that's just what we'll do. Just loot next turn, then we're good with it. But Frosty's gonna do their frost thing. We have a frost demon here, and we have one back in this hallway. The one in the hallway is an elite. Move -1 gives him a move of 3. He can move onto... This is the annex room here. He can move onto the stairs for 2, but he still has to make his way up here just to get through this and get himself onto the bottom of the board. So his attack isn't going to do anything. The other guy has got, non-elite, has a move only of 2. So he can get here, but his attack is going to be adjacent, so he won't be able to hit anything that's going to bring frost out at the end of this round. And those came out, all that came out this round. But that's the end of the frost demons, and that is the end of that turn. So those are all going to go waning. He is going to take a short rest. Let's see what card he's going to lose. Whichever one it is, we're just going to make sure that we keep our loot card, and we are going to lose the other card. Okay, we will choose to lose this card so we can keep our loot card. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing in the next round. We don't need that guy anymore. It is gone. So, yeah, let's go into the next turn where now it's going to be the Vipers and Oozes and a loot for the end of this scenario. Hopefully. I mean, he's got a bunch of cards, so he's pretty much going to be able to do it. Things looking good on this next one. We're both going first, and then Vipers and Oozes. pretty much a closeout deal. The main thing is seeing if she can keep 5 cards in her hand and discard at the end of this. She doesn't have a whole lot of health left, and there's going to be some attacks coming in, but she is going first at 23. First, we're going to heal ourselves for 3. We'll heal 3 at a range of 3. She's going to target herself. And since we do have some sun out, she's going to make that a heal of 4. So let's heal herself back up to 8. That's happy times. Then we're going to do ourselves a shield of 1, targeting ourselves and getting experience at the same time. We haven't gotten a lot of experience this round because we haven't really attacked hardly anything. But that's okay. This is just about succeeding at this mission. That's about it. Next up is Mr. Mondew, and we are going to loot for 1, which means we will loot that one right out from underneath us, which will mean this is the end of the scenario. Thought about doing some other possibilities of doing the one where he gets, each time he gets attacked, he gets an experience, but I don't think the Viper's going to be able to get to us, and there was a chance this guy might just not do an attack. So I went ahead and just went for the bottom attack, range 3. We'll throw it at that guy. Sure. Attack of 3 minus 2 is an attack of 1. So the dude out there will take 1 damage. Boink. And we will get, finally, a single experience point for Mandu for the end of both of their turns. Then we go over to our stuff here, and let's see what ends up with the long-term goals. Giant Vipers first. Mr. Elite number 2 is back here on the annex, and he's got himself a move of 3, so he can go 1, 2, 3 to get there. Not quite onto the board. This guy here has also got a move of 3, 1, 2, but he needs 2 more points to get onto the staircase, so he will not be able to make it into base contact. Then we go to our regular guys, going all the way back to, I don't know, wherever this guy was. Moving 3, yeah, he'll probably be able to get into the doorway with his move of 3. Then this guy can move 1, 2, 3 and get a shot off. Regular attack, he's normal. Normal Viper's got a poison. Yeah, normal Viper's got a poison, but normal Ooze does not have a poison. This is correct. But he does have poison. He does have himself an attack of a whopping 2. Plus nothing. 2 damage. She'll take 2 damage and a poison. She chooses to identify as a woman because that's what she is. 1 in the back with 3 move. Can't get there. Doesn't have range. That's all for Viper, Love, and Glory. Yeah, they did their stuff on the little annex round. You can see what that was if you really want. There was a big hallway full of dudes that's even off the board. Then we've got our oozes. Oozes got a ooze, but they're not splitting. But they're also not moving. Push 1 and poison. Okay, push 1 and poison. Okay, wow. You gave him some poison. Then we'll do an attack. +1 range, -1, which means range -1. You ain't going to make it. The guy back there in the hallway ain't going to make it. This guy here ain't going to make it. The only one who's going to make a shot is this guy at disadvantage with an attack of 4 at disadvantage onto Mondew. ×2. Oh, goodness. It's an attack of 8, but it's disadvantage, so it's actually just an attack of 4. Okay, here, fine. He'll just discard a card. It doesn't matter. Because that is the end for the oozes, and that is the end of the round in which everything has been looted. Which means you grab the last book and then reach up and smash the beam. In a bright flash, all the monsters are sucked into another plane and the lighthouse falls silent, no longer fading in and out. You gather all the books and head back down to the ground floor to study them. They're mostly useless, but one of the books is exactly what you were looking for, a journal of a young girl who was in the lighthouse when it was changed. The text is old and the pages crumbled, but you were able to make out some of the details. The girl, Ava, and many others fled from their city of Eastport when the horde of demons invaded. She expresses some confusion over exactly where the demons came from, but the details of the many horrors she witnessed are very clear. Many of her friends were torn apart or eaten alive. One of the head researchers of Eastport's academy gathered all of the survivors he could find and fled the city, hoping to hide out in this lighthouse. When it was clear that the demons had followed them and they had nowhere else to run, the researchers sent them all down to the hidden basement and attempted to perform an interplanar ritual to save them. You close the journal. He wanted to escape the demons by transporting the entire lighthouse to another plane, but it is evident that, one way or another, the ritual went horribly wrong. The only thing left to do is investigate this hidden basement. So we got a new location, the Pit of Souls. Okay, go down in the basement and see what the crud they did wrong. Hopefully we don't end up like in the middle of World War II on an aircraft carrier of modern day, just trying to keep from changing the entire history of the world, because, you gotta watch out for things like that. They creep up at times you don't expect them to. So tune in next time where Mandu will, I think, once again try his solo scenario. I'll give it one more shot. And whether he wins or loses, we'll come back and we'll do scenario 62, which sounds like it might be, maybe it'll lead into another thing, or it might be his outright retirement at that phase. And we'll see how it goes. But until then, keep playing.